Hello everyone, this is Maki. The Gundam series often features massive enemy weapons. Do you have a favorite giant weapon? Is it the Absolute series from the Zero, 8MST? Or maybe the Zodiac from Gundam Sentinel? Caught your attention? The Shamrow of Gundam Unicorn brought a tragic battle to life. Today, let's analyze the destroyed Gundam from Gundam Seed Destiny. Unfortunately, it has nothing to do with the Gundam Leopard, destroyer of Gundam X. It's a tragic weapon controlled by someone who has been given immense power through human modification drugs and brainwashing. Well, it's time for you to board the destroyed Gundam and go to work. But don't worry, this is not a battle. It's more like pruning a beautiful garden on Earth. So press this button to activate the destroyed Gundam. Being able to work for the pure blue and clean world is truly a blessing, isn't it? The Earth Alliance successfully mastered advanced mobile suit technology through their experience in developing the GATX series. While 4 of the 5 initial prototypes were captured by Zaft forces, the strike that remained under their control earned the title of the strongest among soldiers due to its remarkable performance. Building on this success, the next generation of the GATX series also proved highly effective, posing a significant threat to their enemies. The Atlantic Federation sought to consolidate the combat capabilities of the later GATX series into a single weapon. Their goal was to integrate the design of the Raider Gundam with the functionality of the Forbidden Gundam and the artillery capabilities of the Calamity Gundam. This effort resulted in the Boost Raider Gundam. The Boost Raider itself turned out to be a powerful mobile suit with exceptional capabilities. However, due to the use of existing technologies to shorten the development time, it ended up with a monstrous appearance and extremely high operational complexity. Although the Boost Raider was designed to eliminate coordinators, it paradoxically required a coordinator to operate it effectively. This logical contradiction was ideologically devastating to the Atlantic Federation and Blue Cosmos and led to the suspension of the project. Eventually, the Boost Raider found a pilot who, though a coordinator, harbored a deep hatred for the coordinator's existence and technology. This rare coincidence allowed the Boost Raider to see combat. However, this was only a lucky coincidence and did not solve the weapon's inherent flaws. Despite these problems, the Boost Raider's high firepower and incredible maneuverability made it an exceptional fighter in actual combat. The combat data gathered from these operations became the basis for the development of new weapons of hate. Meanwhile, the Earth Alliance continued to prioritize mobile armor as a distinct technological pattern like mobile suits, which originated as Zaft weapons designed for a single pilot due to Zaft's limited manpower. Mobile armors could accommodate multiple pilots. This allowed the Earth Alliance to create weapons that not all could operate effectively, even with complex controls. Mobile armors such as the Zamzozo, the Gerlasket, and the Euclid proved capable of matching the high performance of Zaft's mobile suits. Eventually, these two technological paths, Boost Raider's combat data and mobile armor innovations, converged in a fateful union. With the full support of Logos, these advances culminated in the creation of the Destroyed Gundam, a weapon designed to destroy the demons of space. There is some debate as to whether this information should be treated as official lore, but the card game Gundam Tri-Age, published by Bandai, the rights holder of the Gundam series, offers fascinating insights. In Gundam Tri-Age, soldiers and engineers of the Earth Alliance expressed their views on the destroyed Gundam, including a desire to retaliate against Zaft for stealing the G weapons and developing derivative weapons, an assertion of ownership of the original G weapon designs, a belief that such a massive and terrifying weapon would instill desperation in enemy forces. These sentiments provide the context for the creation of the Destroy Gundam. Although not part of its formal design philosophy, these personal feelings of engineers and soldiers provide a plausible background for the weapon's development. The Destroy Gundam is a mysterious weapon. Is it classified as a mobile suit or mobile armor? The MS Encyclopedia calls it a large mobile armor, but there are also descriptions that call it a large mobile suit. If it is officially listed as mobile armor, this provides a significant advantage under the international restrictions of the Junius Treaty. The treaty limits the number of mobile suits and mobile armor a nation can possess based on its size, with the global trend favoring mobile suits as primary weapons. Registering the Destroy Gundam as a mobile armor would be a great military advantage. However, its official classification remains unclear. Due to its ability to use a large number of beam weapons, it is often speculated that the Destroy Gundam is powered by a nuclear engine. However, official reference materials such as the Gundam Essentials Mobile Suit Encyclopedia states that it uses a battery engine. Considering the international restrictions imposed by the Junius Treaty, a battery engine would make more sense. The Destroy Gundam is often mistaken for being extremely large for a mobile suit, but it is 56.3 meters tall. While this is more than 3 times the height of the Freedom Gundam 18.03 meters, it is still smaller than many viewers might imagine. Compared to the number of weapons it carries, it has a powerful engine in a small body. Despite using a battery-powered engine, the Destroy Gundam carries 4 more beam weapons than the nuclear-powered Strike Freedom Gundam. These weapons are not only numerous, but also powerful enough to instantly destroy warships and cities. In addition, it is equipped with a positron refractor with extremely high defensive capabilities, flight equipment, and the drop gun system, which requires a large amount of energy for communication. The fact that all this is powered by a battery motor is astonishing. Could Logos have invested a fortune in developing a new type of battery? Details on the specific battery technology used in the Destroy Gundam's engine remain undocumented. There are also many unanswered questions about the Destroy Gundam's armor. A 2013 publication, Mobile Suit Complete Guide, describes it as using variable phase shift armor. However, in scenes prior to its activation, the armor does not show the gray coloring typical of variable phase shift armor. This suggests that variable phase shift armor is not used over the entire body. It is possible that variable phase shift armor is only used in key areas such as the cockpit and other critical areas. In contrast, some Bandai games show the Destroy Gundam equipped with transphase armor. It seems reasonable to assume that it uses transphase type armor that incorporates variable phase shift armor in key internal locations. The Panzer, a piece of equipment used by the Forbidden Gundam, can bend or refract beams as a form of defense. There is no official record of the Destroy Gundam being equipped with the Venom armor. However, in Sea Destiny, there are clear instances of it bending and refracting beams. These scenes also show the spatial distortions that are a hallmark of the Panzer. This is different from laminated armor, which dissipates beam energy as heat, or anti-beam coatings, which deflect beams. It is very similar to the functionality of a Jesh-Mighty Panzer. However, there is no official setting indicating that the destroyed Gundam is equipped with such technology. This ambiguity leaves room for individual interpretation by the viewer. The completely destroyed Gundam proved to be an incredibly powerful weapon. Its pilots belong to Phantom Pain, a unit directly controlled by logos and composed of extended individuals. Extended are people who have been enhanced through brainwashing physical modifications and drugs. While the destroyed Gundam eliminated the shortcomings of the Boost Raider, which could only be piloted by coordinators, it was still impossible for Nautilus to operate. The complex control systems, advanced fire control mechanisms, and Dragoon system required the unique skills of extended pilots to function effectively. It isn't clear why an organization that rejects coordinators would approve of body modification. In the story, Shin expresses his anger at this logical failure. Perhaps this reflects the ideology of viewing bio-CPs as mere parts rather than human beings. Nevertheless, the design philosophy of creating a single weapon capable of competing with multiple mobile suits was fully realized. One of the outstanding features of the destroyed Gundam is its transformation mechanism, which allows it to switch between the mobile armor form and the mobile suit form. In its mobile armor form, it can fully utilize the capabilities of the disc-shaped backpack mounted on its back. Its 4 high-output cover thrusters allow it to fly even in gravity environment conditions. In addition, the bird-like articulation of its legs helps mitigate the recoil from its powerful beam cannons. The change to mobile suit form emphasizes combat against other mobile suits. While the rear unit's hover propulsion system is disabled in this mode, there are brief instances when the rear unit's thrusters allow for limited flight. The mobile suit's form allows for greater maneuverability of its arms, allowing greater freedom in the use of positron reflectors. For defense in one instance, it successfully responded to and fended off attacks from Kira's Freedom Gundam. Despite its massive size, the destroyed Gundam is surprisingly agile. Despite its immense power, the destroyed Gundam was mass-produced. In history, ace pilots such as Shin Asuka and Kira Yamato were able to defeat it. The destroyed Gundam is often said to have one weakness, its vulnerability in close combat. However, this is especially true when powerful mobile suits piloted by elite pilots like Shin managed to get close to it. For example, during the Battle of Berlin, Abaku attempted close combat with a beam saber, only to be effortlessly deflected by the positron reflector and destroyed moments later. It is extremely difficult for average pilots to evade the powerful ranged attacks of the destroyed Gundam. Even if they manage to cross the distance, it is almost impossible to take advantage of an opening for an attack. There is also speculation about its dependence on the rear unit. Since the propulsion systems are concentrated in the rear unit, it is believed that the destroyed Gundam cannot fight without it. However, in Seed Freedom, the destroyed Gundam is shown fighting without its rear unit. While this may have been an emergency measure rather than a standard operation, it still managed to shoot down Murasames belonging to Compass Division. The destroyed Gundam is a testament to the destructive power of Logos thought, combining overwhelming firepower, formidable defenses, and advanced transformation systems into a weapon capable of sowing despair on the battlefield. Let's start by analyzing the weapons mounted on the destroyed Gundam's body. The Eagle Stallion is a 75mm anti-air Vulcan cannon, the same model used in the G8TX series. Interestingly, contemporary units such as the Gundam and Dagger use newer Vulcan guns with a smaller 12.5mm caliber, but comparable destructive power. While the Vulcan guns of the Strike Gundam were ineffective against the Zin, the Vulcan of the Gundam successfully disabled Zins in battle. The reason why the destroyed Gundam was equipped with the older Eagle Stallion remains unclear. It is possible that the weapon was upgraded with advances made during the design of the Gundam's Vulcan. With Logos' abundant funds, it seems unlikely that they would intentionally install weaker weapons. The destroyed Gundam is equipped with 4 of these weapons. The Tsuan Mark II is an upgraded version of the weapon used by the Raider Gundam. With a 200mm caliber, it is twice as powerful as its predecessor. This weapon can only be used in mobile suit form. A memorable moment with this weapon is when Stellar's destroyed Gundam fires it into the sky, creating a sense of sorrow. A similar scene occurs in the spin-off novel for Story of Zeta Gundam, where the Psycho Gundam test unit 8 malfunctions and fires a beam into the air before shutting down. This was used in a scene where a cyber nudie boy loses his life in agony. Whether this parallel was intentional is unknown, but the resemblance is striking. The Super Suikyo is a more powerful evolution of the weapons used by the Aegis Gundam and the Calamity Gundam. With a huge 1580mm caliber, it fires highly destructive beams and is mounted in triplicate on the destroyed Gundam. This weapon can only be used in the form of a mobile suit. Its rapid-fire capability makes it effective against approaching mobile suits, and it can be used as a long beam saber by maintaining the beam output. This method proved very effective against Muwasames in Seed Freedom. The Stern Faust, named after the German phrase for stone fist, is a flying beam cannon equipped with the Dragoon system, which allows it to detach from the main body and attack from blind spots. Unlike other Dragon systems, the Stern Faust operates under Earth's gravity, a point of curiosity among fans due to its unconventional design. Fans often say it has such a shape that I don't understand how it can fly. Later developments introduced pseudo-integrity devices such as the levitation used by the Black Knight Squad, but these were not available when the destroyed Gundam was created. Presumably, its powerful thrusters allow it to fly and even hover, as shown in certain scenes. The Stern Faust also has a single beam cannon, a positron reflector shield unit, and beam cannons integrated into its fingers. The positron reflector coach knife shots can block battleship-class beam cannons without recoil. The single beam cannon, meanwhile, has enough power to destroy a mobile suit in one hit. In addition, the split beam cannons mounted in his fingers are extremely versatile. With adjustable angles, they can attack large areas, unlike the Super Suikyo project sustained beams similar to those of a beam saber. The positron reflector is a formidable defense, but prolonged contact with a high-powered beam saber can breach it. In Seed Freedom, it was defeated by the flash edge of the Immortal Justice and Rising Freedom. However, the novel explains that Immortal Justice has stronger attack power than Destiny. It would be nearly impossible to break through with ordinary mobile suit weaponry. The flight unit mounted on the back of the destroyed Gundam features an impressive array of weapons. First is the Mark 62 6-barrel multi-purpose missile launcher. These missiles have extremely high tracking capabilities. The warheads are remarkably large, easily dwarfing mobile suits and tanks. Although not as powerful as beam weapons, they can destroy a mobile suit with a single hit, making them formidable in their own right. Detailed settings are unknown, but it appears possible to switch between the mode that locks onto enemy weapons and tracks them, and the mode that turns off the tracking function and bombs them. There are scenes where you track and attack enemy mobile suits, and scenes where you destroy them by bombing a city. With launchers positioned both forward and backward, these missiles can be fired in all directions. Given the sheer volume of missiles launched, it's obvious that the Fright unit houses an extensive internal missile storage system. Next is the Napelt M503, a thermoplasma composite weapon. It consists of 20 beam cannons arranged in a circular pattern along the edges of the Fright unit. The use of the weapon is similar to that of the big mobile armor from the original Gundam series. The name Napelt M comes from an Egyptian deity associated with renewal and healing. Are they interpreting the extended technology, which has been enhanced through human body modification, as renewal of life? In addition, Blue Cosmos' ideology of eradicating the coordinators, whom they view as a flawed form of life, and restoring Earth may be consistent with this concept of healing. Like other beam cannons, this weapon can also be used like a beam saber by firing it for a long period of time. It can also be used in mobile suit form. Finally, there is the extremely powerful beam cannon, Off-Road Dryzen. This weapon consists of two double-barreled beam cannons. The name Off-Road is German for collision or impact, while Dryzen means 13. In Western cultures, the number 13 is often associated with misfortune, suggesting that the weapon symbolizes an ominous fate for enemies. In ancient Egyptian culture, however, the number 13 sometimes signifies rebirth after death. Given that Napelt M refers to an Egyptian deity, it's plausible that the name Dryzen also draws from Egyptian symbolism. This may reflect the Blue Cosmos ideology of purging the coordinators and giving Earth a chance for rebirth. In its mobile armor form, the reverse-jointed legs help stabilize the weapon when fired at maximum power, compensating for the recoil. The weapon is also mounted on articulated arms, allowing for angle adjustments. It can be fired forward, even in mobile suit form. Each of the destroyed Gundam's weapons is extraordinarily powerful, but they also allow for precise operation. In the scenes where Stella Lussa pilots the destroyed Gundam, there are many times when she precisely destroys the cockpits of mobile suits. Although the weapon's fire may seem indiscriminate, it effectively targets and eliminates enemies with pinpoint accuracy. This level of precision makes the destroyed Gundam essentially an extended-only weapon, requiring its enhanced capabilities to realize its full potential. Let's explore the notable appearances of the destroyed Gundam. While Stella Lussa's piloting of the destroyed Gundam often draws attention, this time we'll focus on the remarkable role played by the damaged destroyed Gundam in the movie Seed Freedom. Its performance in this condition leaves a lasting impression. In this appearance, the destroyed Gundam is missing its flight unit and several beam cannons. Although the output of its remaining beam cannons is reduced, it still has enough power to destroy a Murasame with a single hit. In this scene, the role of the destroyed Gundam is very similar to that of the Gyuga's Omune, a weapon used in Metal Armor Dragoner, a robot anime produced by Sunrise. Mitsuo Fukuda, the director of the Seed series, was part of the production team for Dragoner, a series that holds a special place in his memory. The Cavalierite in Seed Freedom is also a tribute, adapted from the Cavalier equipment in Dragoner for the Seed universe. The Gyugazomune was a mass-produced weapon, but also served as the final enemy pirated by the story's antagonist, who eventually faced off against the protagonist. It featured extensive weaponry capable of large-scale destruction and was significantly larger than standard humanoid units. In addition, its operation placed a severe strain on the pilot's brain, sometimes leading to fatal consequences, characteristics strikingly similar to the destroyed Gundam. In Dragoner, the defeat of the Gyugazomune was achieved through the cooperation of the protagonist and a rival character, creating a memorable and widely celebrated scene among fans. Fukuda also seemed to like it very much, as the destroyed Gundam that appeared in Seed Freedom is destroyed in a similar manner. The collaboration between Kira Yamato and Shinosuke, protagonists and rivals in Seed Destiny, fits perfectly with this homage. These sequences in Seed Freedom reflect Fukuda's deep respect for his past works and incorporate them into the portrayal of destroyed Gundam. In addition, the Astray spin-off series reveals the extraordinary fact that the destroyed Gundam is owned by a single individual, Kaito Matigen. As a professional mobile suit pilot, Kaito has amassed considerable wealth, allowing him to personally own a space colony and an extensive collection of mobile suits. Not only are these mobile suits part of his collection, but they are kept in combat-ready condition through meticulous maintenance. Kaito's resources are further demonstrated by his employment of Courtney here on MS, the mechanic responsible for the development of the Destiny Gundam. Courtney, who is involved in the development of state-of-the-art mobile suits for plant, is an amazing addition to Kaito's team. In one instance, Courtney is shown operating the Storm Faust. As a coordinator and ace pilot, who served as a test pilot for the Chaos Gundam, Courtney's use of the Storm Faust suggests that modifications may have been made to allow it to be operated by non-extended individuals. Whether it can be effectively controlled by such pilots in actual combat, however, remains uncertain. The destroyed Gundam is truly a symbol of fear and destruction, a weapon that has caused immense tragedy. But it's also true that villains and their creations often have an irresistible appeal. What aspects of the destroyed Gundam do you find most appealing? Its design, which feels like a fusion of the Big Sun from the original Gundam and the Psycho Gundam from Zeta Gundam, is both intriguing and undeniably cool. The scene in Seed Destiny, where several destroyed Gundam units appear at the climax of the story, remains deeply memorable. Massive weapons are an iconic feature of the Gundam series, representing its grand scale and dramatic stakes. Fans like us can look forward to seeing even more colossal and awe-inspiring machines in the future. Thank you for watching to the end. Stay tuned for the next weapons analysis program. See you next time.